Oh, it is, I will tell you. It's the 5th of December, 2025, and my pantyhose have got a rip in them. My pantyhose. Oh, they've got a ladder in them. My pantyhose got a ladder in them. Now, fucking hell, Sydney. Half of Sydney shouldn't have a licence, and half of Sydney shouldn't have a licence because of negligent drivers who couldn't drive a car to save their fucking life, and parking, especially in the streets near here. And I was debating whether I would say this, but well, who the fuck's going to look up where I live anyway? So Clargo Street, the people in Clargo Street are plonkers. They're plonkers. And there's one fucking idiot who he's ute, and he parks his fucking ute like in the no-go zone. Like you've got the corner, and there's the parking thing, the parking sign. He parks outside of it. He's been given a ticket, I think twice now, and it's like, oh, I don't know what goes on in his brain. I don't know what goes on in his brain functions. Not a lot of logic. He gets a ticket and he keeps parking in the same spot. Maybe he's got plenty of money. I've seen him saw him get into his car once. He was 18, not a day over 18, and he just parks. He's parked in a very dangerous spot. But it's all over Sydney. Everywhere all over Sydney. People are plonkers. They get into a spot and they plonk it. My partner, when she's in the car with me, will be watching someone park, she's like, oh, they're not going to leave it just there. They're not just going to leave it, and they'll go forward, and they go backward, and they go forward. She's like, oh, for goodness sakes, just park the bloody car. And they just plonk it, which meant sometimes they'll take up 2 parking spaces. There'll be more than a metre of room in front of them, and more than a metre of room at the back of them. Oh, their precious ugly car, which they can't drive to start with, and they don't want anyone near it. And I see it all over Sydney, people who park badly, especially women. Women don't like reversing into a spot, so they'll drive into a spot, then they have a hell of a time reversing out. We're actually house sitting at the moment on the other side of Dulwich Hill, and we've been given a spot. We've actually been given someone's spot, but someone else tends to take it, and oh, there's a fucking moron there, I tell you. The back door to the unit, there's a door stopper, and I put the door stopper in I leave that door open of a day. But the other tenants don't like that because they consider it a security door. It's not a fucking security door, it's just a fucking door. Leave it open. They're like paranoid, like this door has to be closed, security reasons. And one guy the other week, we're between units because I don't need to go into that, just that it's a bit small over there for me, and so I'm a bit better here at the moment. Anyway, I digress greatly. There was one day when I put the door stopper on, and one of the tenants said, are you leaving it like that? Are you leaving it? I said, leaving the door open, yeah. I said, what did I say to him? I said, door stays open. How long? I said, door stays open. 5 minutes later, I heard crunch. It's a war. I don't even live there. Not even my place of residence. You want a fucking war? You've got a fucking war. It's on. I put that door stopper in out all the time, and I'll come back there in the middle of the day, door closed. And so I have to ring on the buzzer or whichever I need to do. If you're in a unit complex and there's a back door and there's a door stopper, we just leave it open during the day. I do. But the other tenant, geez, the other tenants there are bastards as well. And one tenant, the downstairs tenant, overnight, always lights on. I just all like this, got TV up like this. Like, in the evening, I had the lamp on. The newer LEDs that you can get, those bullshit new LEDs you can get, then fuck off. Fuck off with your LEDs. People are unaware and compliant sheep, really unaware, and we've been allocated a spot. I always reverse in, and there's another tenant there, she always drives in and she has a hell of a time reversing out. And I can tell she's thinking to me, whatever, yes, you reversed in, oh, good on you, so skillful, good on you, I can't do it, whatever. And I can tell that's exactly what she's thinking, like, because I saw her, I got into a car the other day, and I watched her, she'd driven in, so she reversed out this way, and then she went that way, and then she went that way, she was doing a Michael Myers, so she went this way, and then she went that way, and I'm looking at her from in the car, and I can tell she's thinking, whatever, yes, you can reverse in, good on you, oh, good on you, I can't, now leave me alone. And she did about 8 turns before she finally got out, because you can tell she was thinking, whatever. And people, never drive into a parking spot. Always reverse in, your motor skills. It helps your motor skills. People who park in Sydney do not park 8 car to save their life. And I would not give a license to 3/4 of the cars. In fact, I was going to start filming cars and filming them and putting them up on YouTube. I was going to start filming them. Reg and all, name and shame. In fact, I wanted to leave a note. There's a guy around the corner from here. And I wanted to leave a note here. It's women who do this. She was parked so badly the other day, like so badly that I was going to write out, you get worst parking of the month, or could have made it the year award, worst parking of the month award. I have filmed your car a couple of times now. It's going up on YouTube in Worst Parkers in Sydney compilation, just to let you know, and have taken your rego, filmed your car, because you are a miserable parker. I didn't get around to writing a note because the day I got on with my day, forgot all about it, and by the time that I even remembered about the note, which is the next time I walked around the corner, they weren't there anymore. Yes, I was going to write my notes and put them on the windshield car saying, congratulations, you are Worst Parker of the Year Award. By the way, I filmed you, and I'm going to put you up on YouTube under the video called Worst Parkers in Sydney, which I haven't actually put together because I have better things to do with my time. Because when I think about it, and I get on with other things, and by the time I remember I was going to do it, they've gone and moved on or whatnot, or gone for the day. And I never get around to doing it. I was going to go out there at midnight the other night, put the sign on the car, and I was just doing other things. I totally forgot about it. What do you think about people in Sydney who can't drive and can't park a car and shouldn't have a license? Because I would be giving 85% of people in Sydney wouldn't have a license if it was up to me. They just wouldn't have it. Not getting it. Yeah. Oh, how am I as a driver? I consider myself to be the best driver in Sydney. I'm an excellent driver. I consider myself to be the best driver in Sydney, and everyone else on the road's an idiot. Except for a couple of my friends who are excellent drivers, and the rest are idiots. And my partner, she's really good at driving, and the rest are idiots. Hopefully this is under 15 minutes. Take 2. I just recorded for the last 5 minutes and realised it wasn't even on record. Now for the driving etiquette of people in Sydney. Driving etiquette of people in Sydney. Well, there isn't any. People in Sydney, driving etiquette, they have none. There is no etiquette on the road. They're all bastards. They're all fucking horrible drivers. the intersection not far from here. The rail bus was turning the corner, and he was right in the middle of the intersection. But he wasn't turning, he had his blinker on, he wasn't turning the corner because a whole bunch of cars wouldn't let him in. They didn't want to be behind him. Wouldn't let him in. I watched about 5 or 6 cars just go out. I stopped in the middle of the intersection. He could tell I was stopping for him, and he got back in. Sydney is full of obnoxious drivers who can't drive, who don't have any etiquette at all, who will cut you off in an instant and won't let you back in. 85% of people shouldn't have their licence in Sydney. And those Uber Eats pests, those Uber Eats pests, those pests, Uber Eats pests. And people in Sydney, I don't know what you know about Sydney. I don't know what you know about people driving on the roads in Sydney, Australia. Sydney is shocking. But, oh, what's my driving like? Excellent. I consider myself one of the best drivers on the road. Perhaps I could consider myself the best driver on Sydney roads. And everyone else is an idiot. I have a couple of friends who are very good drivers. My partner, she's a very good driver. I could be the best driver on the road in Sydney. Everyone else is an idiot. It drives me nuts. Is when I'm at the stoplights and people are 1.5 meters back from the line. They're 1.5 meters back, and when the lights change, they don't even go. I go right under the line. Some new bullshit fucking rule that's come in. Fuck your rule. And I'm very anti-authority. And they, as soon as that goes green, bang, I'm out of there. I'm out of there. Green, go. And most people, when I'm first at the traffic light and when that goes green, I look in the rearview mirror and they fast go into the distance. They're not even moving. And, yeah, people cannot drive. Oh, now the hills are... Yeah, so when I'm in this lane, right, when I'm in this lane and it's turning right at Bexley North there, I won't bother getting into this lane, but the amount of people who cannot be stuck in that lane, blinker on, they go straight into the lane. I will just wait, I'll wait. And the hills at Bexley going toward Rockdale, I get up to about 40 or 30, get up the hill 30 or 40, and then I let the car roll down slowly. And if I've got someone behind me, I can feel them going. They get infuriated when they overtake me and they speed down. But then you have to put your brakes on, don't you? I roll down the hill, I roll up to about 55, because there's a 50. When you get around the corner there, it's 50. And I see, I feel like, if you're a red P plater and you get behind me and I'm doing 50, I'll slow down to 40 because you're a red P plater. And if you're a green P plater and I'm doing 40, I'll slow down to 30 just because you're behind me. Why do I do this? Because you're a red P plater, you're wet behind the ears and you need to slow down. So any red P plater, green P plater, I will slow down. I will slow down. I see bloody kids in the car these days who are barely 17 on their Ps. What the fuck? I got my L's in 1994. I've got my L's, I've got my P's, my blacks from the mid-90s. I am one of the best drivers in Sydney. I am one of the best drivers in Sydney. Yes. Yes, I am. And a lot of other people on the roads are idiots. Idiots. People do shocking things on the roads. Can't stand it when they're at the stoplights and they're 1.5 meters back. Okay.